What's going on, guys? Today's video is going to be the second part to my when I'm gone over at Thanksgiving, and this video is going to be kind of an older video I did a little bit ago. These are things you can toss in your strategy for GAC that throws a loop yet again for some of your opponents, and also for some things on offense that you should look into that you should consider, because some of these things for offense, with now only needing 7 teams for defense and offense for this chips GAC, you don't need to worry about the 8th team. You can really work in to affect a lot of these different and curveball, if you will, teams and defenses. So one of the first ones I want to mention really quick, let's go over here to the team actual comp, the actual team comp. This is the team here. The premise of this team is this is a Jango Lee team with some bounty hunters and Zam Wessel and Kira. The premise of this team is to maintain and try to get out the contract really fast, but without using Nest. And Kira is that person to fill in the role for Nest. The Daze is not going to be there, but you do have staggers on Kira. Let's just check out her kit a little bit. So Kira says here, dispel all buffs on target enemy and then deal physical damage to all enemies and stagger them for 2 turns, and it deals more damage per debuffed enemy. And if she's prepared, she can dispel buffs on everybody, and then she's no longer prepared. And on top of that, she has a call to assist, so she can really get some of these contracts for Jango Fett popped real quick. So for this team, I think some of the coolest things here is with Kira. So playing around Kira is an important factor here, and what I think is some of the best turn orders you can go for. Actually, let's check it out. Let's see what her speed is. Her speed is 270, so I'm not sure if she's fast or she's the fastest or not, but let's check out Zam. So Zam is 269. Okay, so I'm pretty sure with what we got here, we got Kira being the fastest, and then we got Zam, and then we got Jango Fett here. Jango Fett going right afterwards, doing his burning, his conflagration, which inflicts burning, of course, and it's going to hurt the JTR team if they cannot outspeed the Jango Fett. And then you got Bosk in here. And actually, Bosk is going to go right after Jango Fett with doing his predator instincts. And honestly, guys, I might tweak this turn order up a little bit to make him go before Jango Fett, so that he can get a bonus turn in and all that sort of stuff. So he has a taunt, and then he does his big hit. So I might tweak that up a little bit, but the idea here is to get all these AoEs going really quick. And maybe if you guys want to, make Zam the fastest so that she can apply all those debuffs, and then Kira hits them all, and then you're good. But I'm pretty sure, though, with this, the only reason is only if bounty hunter allies, yeah. Okay, so that doesn't even make sense. So just whatever you want to do here, Zam or Kira being the fastest, that should be fine. And then having the other person that's not the other that we just mentioned, having them afterwards, and then Jango or Bosk. But ideally, you want to have Bosk go after those 3 or after those 2 to do his taunt, and then Jango Fett goes burn, and then he gets his turn back because of frenzy. He hits everybody, gets pretty much close to the full contract, and then Boba Fett goes and he does some more AoEs. So this is the team here. This whole premise of this team is to keep Nest for either a solo on offense or toss her in to a different team on defense, like a nuke team if you want to go that way. So that's that team on defense. And this team here, guys, this is a Grievous team. You can see T3's here. He's in right now. But if you guys don't want to run T3, I do have both of the Zetas for extra damage and whatnot. But guys, this might be really weird, but this is a great solid team here is with BB-8. If you don't have a solid and a really fast B1 to get a TM going really early on, BB-8 kind of fills that role because he gives out, go to his unique here, he gives out 8% TM for each active droid ally. Everybody there in the droid team is a... I'm so stupid. Everybody here in this team is a droid, right? So 8 times 5 is 40%. Everyone's going to get like really crazy TM, pretty much allowing them to go first before the enemy even goes, right? So this is great. The only downfall to this team is that you don't have JTR. Well, guess what? If you want to, you can even toss in JTR down here into a team like this on defense, wherever she is. I don't have her right now. But this is a good way to go about this right if you guys want to. You can toss in, without BB-8, you can toss in JTR here. Just some resistance. You don't need any droids because without BB-8, they're going to do really nothing if they're a droid. So just like, some Finns, some of this, like a Poe even. Like a team that's not crazy easy, but isn't crazy hard. It's just like, it's like a carved team almost, Like, you just toss him and, oh, okay, well, I gotta beat him. And you never know. This could catch him off guard. It's a lot better than Ewoks. If you guys want to run this, feel free to on defense. But keep in mind, if you do run this, you have to have more offense. You can't run JTR on offense anymore. And honestly, at this point in the game, JTR is not considered a top-tier team anymore. She is very outdated, and there are a lot better options here. So really, in today's video, that's really the two big different teams you can kind of introduce into your lineups. The actually third one here, I'm not sure if I've gone over this in a previous video, but for the Geos, Droideka is a very, very cool one. And the reason why Droideka works well here to not use Sunfac is because you can actually use Sunfac elsewhere, like a Newt lead with his Zeta unique. And every time he goes and counters, he's going to inflict the debuffs. And with Newt Zeta lead, he does more damage. So, but for this team in the bugs with Droideka, you want to have a fast Droideka here with some pretty tanky stats. And then with his Zeta unique, you need the Zeta unique here. Every time a bug goes here, he has a % chance to get called into assist. And this is so important to counter some of these Shreya teams because this guy will deal some what's it called, true damage. But on his basic, if he's called into assist, it says here, if the target has higher speed than Droideka, deal true damage. So if he's not faster, then, or let's see here, if the target has higher speed than Droideka, deal true damage. I've always had a problem with this thing, but I'm pretty sure what this means is that if you have a Droideka going faster than everybody else, or faster than the enemy team rather, he can have the option of critting, which does help out versus like the Traya team, but they have so much crit avoidance to the point where it doesn't matter. But true damage is your friend here. With all these different hits here, you're going to really, like a Gear 12 Traya Scion team, you're going to do some really nice damage here. And if they're not modded properly, this can do some big work. So ideally you want to go for offense sets here. I just tossed in defense because that's what I had for offense on the primary. But yeah, Droideka here, guys, with all these different assists is very, very strong. Being able to do all the assists and with his damage immunity, it is so awesome. So I like that guy a lot. And that's that team. And that's pretty much it for the defenses for today. I guess we kind of chatted about the Zeta Newt team. I don't have it yet, but I do plan on getting it here soon. And that's with Sunfac. Okay, so for offenses, not as crazy as defenses are in this video. But here is a defense, or here's an offense rather, that I like a lot. And this is with a different kind of variation of the EP versus Grievous team. This only really works if you outspeed their B1. And if you see like a Grievous team with BB8, we'll just say no, you can't beat it. Plain and simple. But if you are able to outspeed him, with Death Trooper is a nice slot in here because he can daze. And if he hits Grievous with a daze, he can stun them because of his basic. And also he has a Dispel on his grenade, and he has a Terminate. There's so many things here to love about Death Trooper over IPD in the previous team I was showing you guys. And this is such a strong team still. And I always like saving this team at least with BSF and EP and TIE Fighter every single GAC because they always get used at least once every GAC round. So that's that team. And if you guys don't have a GS built up, work on clones because the nuke team is so good versus DR still. And I would still highly recommend that team to you guys because if you use DR versus that team, well, you can save, you know, like a CLS versus GS or like whatever you may want to use. So that's that team. I think that kind of wraps it up for today's video because there's not a whole lot to chat about on offense, more about defense and things to toss in and to throw a curveball in for your opponents, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. That is today's video. Some curveballs, if you will. I know it's not a whole lot of chat about, but this is a lot of. I like chatting about these type of videos because I always like reviewing other people's GAs. The guy who gave me this idea is end all be alls for this team in particular with Droideka, and he also gave me the idea of the Newt team with Sunfac. So if you guys want to, I know I'll do some of these videos every so often, but always chime in and tune in to some of these other guys' GA streams because they have a lot of cool ideas here and a lot of cool strategies and stuff they implement into their whole GAC stuff. So that's just a couple of them. I didn't really want to chat about the Ewoks just yet because the Ewoks are a long ways away for me to build them up to actually stop a Nest team, and it's just, for most people, it's not going to work out right. So that's today's video. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Today is the round 2 while I'm gone over at Thanksgiving with my family. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like, share it around, and if you are new here, feel free to sub. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Discord, Patreon in the description below. See you guys later.